Good evening. Welcome to the Sunday evening poetry reading. I am Scott Leisure. Thank you for being with me on the shortest day of the year and the longest night of the year. It's the winter solstice, people. Amen for increasing daylight. We talked a bit about seasonal depression a few weeks ago on your favorite weekly podcast, Wednesday edition. And for those of us who can be affected by these short, dark days, today is always a welcome sight. The winter solstice is when the sun makes its shortest, lowest arc, right? The good news for sun lovers, it then starts climbing again, and days will start getting a little longer each day until late June. All right. The year's longest night spiritually signifies rebirth, renewal, and the return of light, marking a sacred pause for introspection, honoring the darkness as a source of rest, and setting intentions as the sun begins its rebirth and the days lengthen. And that symbolizes hope, inner light, and new beginnings. It's a time for deep reflection, releasing the old, and welcoming the promise of growth and vitality in the coming cycle. Vitality. Amen for the return of light, people. I think the sunset today in Denver is something like 4:38, right? Tomorrow, it's 4:39. That 1 minute is huge. Have you ever heard the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time? All right, it's not the best metaphor, but I think you understand. Enjoy how you please as we celebrate the return of light. Amen. Now, tonight's poetry reading has absolutely nothing to do with the solstice. It's titled Blood on His Hands. It's not about OJ either, okay? He had gloves on, remember? When I read through it this morning, what I can tell you is it's a poem about darkness, though. People and their battles. It may be a battle with someone, or it may be a battle within themselves. Let's just get into it, okay? Blood on his hands on a dark Sunday evening, all right? The people sit, it weighs on their minds. It won't stop, it turns and grinds. How did it start? They look to the west. Their thoughts are hostage to the night's unrest. When will it end? A question in time, anyone's guess. Down to one last dime. It's getting near, closer to the end. Put up a fight, a place to defend. One for all and all for none. This endless battle never will be won. What can they do to protect all they own? No one at the end of the telephone. Desperation sets in, and in that shadow they wait. The darker it gets, the further from the date. A day that was lost to everyone around. Birds in the sky and leaves on the ground. It was only one day, 24 hours. Bells stopped ringing from the clock towers. Too many mouths that remained quiet. No words can describe the hideous riot. One man's story, may the tale be told. Whatever happened, How did it unfold? The truth may never be heard through the land about the man and his fight and the blood on his hands. There you go. Amen. Thank you for letting me bring some of my creative words to your ears this evening. Be safe on the darkest night and do something to celebrate that extra minute of daylight tomorrow. Make some time for yourself and just enjoy, okay? Remember, this week is the Christmas Eve edition of your favorite weekly podcast, Wednesday edition, 3 days from now. And that means there will also be like 3 more minutes of daylight on Wednesday as there is today. Amen. Wednesday edition. Wednesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, Instagram, YouTube, and scottleisure.com. Until Wednesday, stay vigilant. Look both ways. I don't know, get some cardio, okay? Get some cardio. Good night, my friends. Be safe.